Hello, vinyl community. I just have a very short video for you here. Well, with my stories, it might turn into a longer one. Yeah. So, first of all, I got this shirt for my birthday, which was back on September 13th. Yeah. I think my brother-in-law ordered it on Cafe Press. There's another one as well. I was wearing that one yesterday. I was originally going to make this video yesterday. I was going to debut that shirt, but it's another vinyl-related shirt. Yeah, but you know, got to take care of business, and I just ran out of time. Didn't feel like making a video. So anyway, so I did go on a very brief vinyl adventure yesterday. But first, let me relate a little story. I just had a very quick walk back from the mechanic. I had to drop off my wife's car, and fortunately the mechanic isn't that far, but you know, it's a decent little walk. But I love this shirt, and I hate it because you see, it's kind of a bright green. It looks a little washed out on the camera there, but it's a very bright green. And apparently, when I was walking home, a bee decided he really liked this shirt. Yeah, so I was standing about to cross in a crosswalk, and I was waiting for the light to change. And I saw this bee, and it was like hovering around me, so I tried to flick it away, but you know, I had to concentrate on, you know, I was about to cross the street too. So so I was like, sheesh, I hope it's not like on me or something. And but I didn't see it like flying around anymore. I was like, uh-oh, it's probably on me. So I was like, well, I'll just you know, get going as fast as possible, and hopefully I'll leave it behind me. Well, so there I was walking. I was making good pace the whole time. I was afraid, you know, is this bee on me? Is it not on me? I kept looking at, you know, like on my shoulders, and didn't see it. And then I was walking, and all of a sudden I saw the bee fly off, and I was like, oh, thank God. It was on me, but it didn't sting me, and it flew right off. So yeah, so I was pleased about that. But guess what? He didn't just fly away. No, he did not. So I came to another crosswalk and pushed the button, and I was waiting for it to change, and then it was my turn to go. And so I looked to see, you know, if cars were coming. And there it was on my shoulder, and I was like, oh no! So I flicked it. And then I was like, at that point I was like, okay, this bee has it out for me. He's going to sting me. He's just going to keep on latching onto me until he stings me, and then he's going to die. It's going to be his own damn fault. Yeah, so the whole way home, I was like, oh my gosh, this bee is on me. I can't see it. I want to just rip off my shirt and look and see it, but I was there in public, and nobody wants to see that. So the whole way home, I was walking very briskly, and at one point, I was like so nervous about this bee that I was wearing this cap, and I literally felt the hairs on my head, all the hairs on my head standing up. And I could swear that my hairs were going to push the hat right off my head. It was a very strange sensation, and that was just how frightened I was of this bee. Because I've been stung many times, so, you know, I know it's not a pleasant feeling. So, but I got home, and once safely inside, I did rip off my shirt in the privacy of my own home, and yeah, there was no bee in sight. But then when I was relating I was there shirtless, holding this shirt in my hands, and I was there shirtless, relating the story to my wife, and then all of a sudden I thought I saw the bee fly, and I was like, ah! And then it turned out it was like my earbuds, because I had my earbuds in my hand, and I guess they moved. And yeah, so, and then at one point, when I decided, okay, that was just my earbuds, then I thought I felt it on my back, and I was like, ay, and oh, it was just funny. But I've made a full inspection of myself. There's no bee, so I think he finally left me alone. Whew! How's that for a story? Completely vinyl related. So anyway, yes, last night I took my wife to work, as I do sometimes. You know, it just kind of makes it easier for her sometimes. She's a teacher. She teaches at the college level. So this was one of the campuses she teaches at. And I was bound and determined to find a Goodwill that I had not been to yet. So I did a search, and I found one, and I drove there. I pulled in the parking lot. I was like, I didn't even bother going in, because on the sign it said bookstore and donation center. It was a tiny, tiny little place, and I mean, I could literally see in there and basically see everything. It was just books. So I didn't even bother going in there. But while I was parked there, I did another search, and in the neighboring city, there was another Goodwill. So I headed over to that one, and they had a pathetic selection. And by pathetic, I mean not very many. They had maybe, well, of you know, LPs, they probably had maybe 25 or 30, maybe. They did have quite a few 78s actually, but they were priced at $3 each, and I was like, you know, I'm not really into 78s right now. Originally, I liked the idea of collecting 78s, but that's kind of on hold because LPs is where it's at for me. So I looked through the 25 or 30 LPs that they had, and they actually had some good ones. Some that I left behind were Don Henley, Little River Band, Ricky Lee Jones, there were some other ones. I don't remember offhand, but you know, they're good records. But I did find a couple that, first of all, passed my condition standards, and then second of all, I researched the reviews on allmusic.com to find out, you know, okay, are these albums even good? Because, as I mentioned, the records at this particular Goodwill were $3, and that's kind of high for a Goodwill. Although not as high as the one over here, but I prefer to pay, you know, $1.99 at Goodwill. But I found a couple that were totally worth it. They were in very good condition, and they both have good reviews. So I figured, you know, it's worth that extra couple buck, extra buck actually. Because usually at Goodwill I buy them for $1.99. So these were $2.99. So, what we're actually listening to right now, and this one I'm very excited about, because as you know, I'm trying to build my world music collection. I can't believe it's 10 minutes already, and I only have 2 records to show you. Yeah, I'm trying to build my world music collection, and so what you're hearing in the background is King Sunny Ade and his African Beats, and the album is Synchro System, and this is from 1983. 1983. You see there's some water damage down there, but it doesn't affect the record any, so I figured, what the heck. Yeah, I was so excited about this. I think one of his styles of music is called Juju. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. It's J-U-J-U. But yeah, I'm so excited about this because world music to me is like, yeah, I love world music so much. There's so many different sounds out there, and every country has their own sounds, and there's so many different countries out there, and it's like you can explore the world just through music. And so this particular one, it's African music. I think it's specifically, I did a small amount of research on it. I believe he's actually Nigerian. So I don't know if the Juju music is specific to Nigeria, or I probably should have done more research on that, but yeah, there you see he's rocking the guitar. So basically it's, you know, it's traditional music, but I think there's some newer elements to it, obviously, if he's playing the electric guitar. Yeah, but this is in great condition, and on the Mango label, and you see it has that line of Africa there. That's awesome. I was so excited to add this to my collection. It's kind of unusual to find something quite like this at Goodwill. So, yeah, I was very pleased. Alright, well, we're up to 12 minutes now, and I'm seriously only showing you 2 videos, but I had to tell you that story because it involved my new vinyl shirt, which I may never wear again. We'll see. Alright, so the other one, and again I'm very excited about this, is Rickie Lee Jones' Pirates. Yeah. I love Rickie Lee Jones. I already have her first album in my collection, the self-titled one. I want to say that one was either from 79 or 80, because this one's actually from 1981, and this is her second album. And in the review from allmusic.com, it was basically saying that, you know, frequently artists struggle with their sophomore albums, trying to capture that initial success that they had. And they made it sound like she's pretty successful on this album. So yeah, I was very excited to pick this up. Got the lyrics on the back there. And that's on the Warner Brothers label there. Alright, well, that's it. King Sunny Ade and Rickie Lee Jones. Yeah. I wanted to keep it realistic because I mean there were probably 4 more records I could have picked up, but at $3 each, I couldn't do that. You know, it wouldn't be smart financially. Yeah, but I could not pass these. I told myself when I went in there, I'll only buy some if I cannot pass them up. I could not pass these 2 up. So, and you hear that music, I mean that's some good music there. And I just hope YouTube doesn't block my yeah, doesn't block the music again. They did in my VCLT video, which I recently did. So fortunately they have a feature where it can remove the music. And it did a pretty good job, I must say. So if that ever happens to any of your videos, try to use the remove music feature, and that way, you know, your whole video won't be a loss because they muted the whole audio on the video. Anyway, that's it. Just a couple new additions to the collection. Yeah, I'm gonna go listen to music now because it's my second day off in a row, and I didn't have a lot of opportunity yesterday to just sit down and listen to music. So I'm probably gonna brew a cup of coffee and sit down and listen to some records, maybe some tapes too, who knows. Alright, well, thank you so much for watching, and I said this was going to be a short video, and boy was I wrong. But hopefully you found it worth it with my funny little story there. Alright, thank you, and I will see you next time.